Welcome to What is Crypto? I'm Matt and this is Crypto. Today I've got a pretty damn special one for you. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a beloved yellow toad by the name of Turbo. Now it's Turbo's second birthday today, and in celebration for that second birthday, I was lucky enough to be a part of a pretty awesome birthday spaces. Now he had some pretty great people come up, and I was even lucky enough to have a one-on-one conversation with the architect that really made all of this happen, and that is Memecoin. So yeah, if you want to hear the conversation between RHETT and I, stick around to the end of the video. And if you're a fan of Turbo, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It does help out the algorithm and it gets Turbo content out there to the masses. Cheers, legends. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Now let's get into it.
Alrighty. Hey, legends. Welcome and thank you all today to everyone who's taken the time to tune in from all around the world. What a community Turbo has. Hats off to you all. You are all recognized and appreciated. Before we dive in, I want to take a second to welcome a pretty special guest to the stage. Honestly, this is such a privilege. This is someone that needs absolutely no introduction to the Turbo community. This is the man that really made all of this possible, the man that, along with the help of ChatGPT, created the initial concept for the toad that we all love and know today, Turbo. So yeah, if you are up here, please welcome today, Memecoin. Thanks so much for joining us.
No, my pleasure. Thanks for hosting this and putting it on. Definitely a time to celebrate. Amazing that we've come this far.
Yeah, absolutely. Could not agree more. I'm doing absolutely great and such a pleasure having you here tonight. I know how pumped all of the Turbo community members are going to be. I see a lot of reactions in the comment section. So yeah, super great to have you here. I know the community wants to know a bunch of stuff, but yeah, let's start it off. Maybe give us a quick reflection on how the whole experience has been for you. Talk us through, the last 2 years and not only how it started, but how you feel about Turbo now and the community that Turbo has.
Oh, it's amazing. 2 years ago, we started this seemingly impossible mission with just $69 and a little bit of hope. And those people around me were just fueled with a bit of curiosity, creativity, and a touch of meme magic that came from ChatGPT. That humble beginning has now exploded into what we know as Turbo Token. It's now a top 200 project on CoinGecko at the moment. A vibrant community, over 50,000 holders. And what we've done is fulfill that original dream. This was at all possible. So this journey wasn't simply about creating cryptocurrency. It's about creating hope and resilience and a community that's built on grit and humor and a shared ambition. What sets Turbo apart is each of you guys here. There's the early believers, there's the meme creators, there's the tireless shillers, there's everyone who spreads the gospel of Turbo far and wide. That's what makes it. So as we all celebrate today, let's remember that Turbo Token is not just numbers on a screen. It's a testament to what's possible when people unite behind an idea and refuse to let go. We've built more than a coin, in my opinion. We've created a legacy already. Looking forward, Turbo's potential really remains limitless. And I look forward to, and I hope others do, that we continue to experiment and innovate and inspire and believe. Let's keep shaping this future together. It just comes one meme at a time, one holder at a time, one milestone at a time. And I just like to thank all of you for being part of Turbo and making it what it is today. Here's to many more anniversaries to come.
Yeah, awesome. Absolutely. So well said. No, we do love hearing from you always. I want to know a lot about what you're excited about with Turbo at the moment. I know you've just landed a book deal, so massive congratulations on that. What are you really working on or looking forward to in the Turbo ecosystem? What have you got coming up?
So there's lots of things. The one main thing I had been working on, and I'm still working on, is the children's picture book, an illustrative children's book. Last year, looking into avenues on how to expand Turbo, because it's fairly well known in crypto. Still not everyone knows it in the world of crypto, but if we can branch out into, what we like to call the real world, and get some exposure there, I think it's a real chance to really start to push that brand exposure. So last year I went and talked to toy manufacturers, film producers, animation studios, branding studios, just all types of people that related to marketing or ways of getting the name out there. And the one hurdling block I came against each time was that they're in this world. We're used to sort of this world of fast-moving, instant sort of gratification. We're always looking at the screen. But in this other world, they're not fast. They're very slow-moving, and they're still stuck in a lot of old ways. And some of those old ways is they actually, even though the first day I made this open source, public domain, you can use the logo, the image that was generated, the idea of the token, it's all decentralized. And I think that is a huge testament to why it helped it explode to begin with. Like, people can confidently go and take some of the assets, and exchanges can happily take it on knowing that there's no company behind it, there's no centralized team. It's more like the ethos of how Bitcoin started. So that's been one of the great foundation pillars that has helped. But that's actually been a sticking point for a lot of the traditional media people. They, time and time again, they told me they wanted exclusive IP that they could license. They wanted to talk directly to one person or a company, that there is something they could buy and they could own themselves and have a piece of some sort of pie. They said anything. They said like a book or an animated series or something that can be published and owned by like me personally. So then I was like, okay, I'll need to do something separate but still related. And so I spent all this time working it out. And so the simplest, most funnest thing I thought, an authentic way, was the children's book. So it's related to Turbo, but it's not about crypto. It's not about the token, and it's inspired by the Toad character. It's called Turbo Toad Never Gives Up. I have now secured a publisher that distributes in the US and Australia, and that book will be coming out later this year. It's in the process still, and yeah, I'll be starting to look at marketing ideas in the next few months of how we get it maybe into sort of influencers' hands, and how to get bookstores interested in putting it on the shelves, et cetera, et cetera. So that is the first step. And once I can establish that, I can go back to these toy manufacturers, these animation studios, these bigger media companies with something that they can then license and possibly take it into a bigger arena than I could personally do. Yeah, there's a couple of other things. One I will mention that I haven't mentioned yet, and so I think I might post about it a bit later this week, is something that ChatGPT did mention to me very early on, maybe even 2 years ago, that I've had an on and off relationship with. It's a profile picture collection, and the character will be inspired by the character from the book I've made. So I'll be doing a Turbo Toad collection by me. I sort of am a fan of trying to make social media social again. But yeah, I remember the good old days when you could jump on Twitter and have a conversation, and it was a bit more social. So I like putting out polls and trying to have some sort of real engagement. So I'll see what the response is to this, but I've already done quite a lot, and I'll be giving a few teasers and sneak peeks into what that might look like this week.
Yeah, that is super exciting. That's a little bit of alpha here. Are you looking to launch that at potentially like an NFT type collection?
Yeah, it'll be an NFT digital collectible style collection.
Yeah, that is super damn exciting. So much going on, books, toys, media. Really just quickly, when did it kind of hit home for you that this is a big deal? Like that Turbo isn't just a small little irrelevant meme coin. When did it really hit home that this is actually a pretty big thing?
I think actually quite early on. It's a roller coaster, and I'm sure everyone that watches the screens knows it's a roller coaster. But for me, the first month, I sort of knew this was something else. It was out of my hands in the first few weeks, and so I knew that it relied on other people adopting it. And when I saw that they did within the first few weeks, I was like, this is this is something. I've got a background as an artist and designer, and when you put any work out there as an artist, you put your own effort into it. But once you show it to someone or put it in a gallery or put it out, or you publish the website or whatever, once it's out in the public, it really no longer belongs to you, and it's up to interpretation of the viewer. You know, what they think the artwork means to them. Whatever it means to you as the viewer is how you adopt it and how you see the artwork. If you like it and you pass it on to someone else and say, look at this, I think this is interesting. And that is what was happening, and that is how I knew. You know, I get to see the evolution of it and see it chop and change and grow, and, you know, loving watching what people do with it. All I wanted to get out of it was to learn something. I've been in crypto since 2013, early to Bitcoin, and I've always wanted to launch a token, but had no particular skills in development to be able to do it. So luckily, when AI ChatGPT came along and gave me an opportunity, I've learned so much since launching it that even I didn't know, you know, some of the things that can happen and what, there's just a plethora of things I just didn't know. 2 years is a long time in crypto, but it's also just a blip on the radar. There's still more to learn, and it's still an interesting project to me, and I still like experimenting. So I'll keep experimenting and pushing for as long as I can.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming up. I know that definitely excites me. Yeah, just once again, thanks so much for joining us today, Rhett. It's been such a privilege. Lastly, before you go, do you have any final words for the Turbo community?
I don't actually have any final words prepared, but I am in awe of every development I see happen, and I'm watching and with you with the ups and downs the whole 2 years. You know, you guys with the memes, you make me laugh. I like watching them. My feed is now totally skewed to Turbo. It's just full of Turbo memes and joy and fun and replies. So it's totally skewed towards that. I don't know if I want to cleanse that or get a bit more perspective, because I'm enjoying it. But I know there's other projects happening in the world in crypto, and I used to be all over those things, but I'm happy to be engrossed and to see the developments from the community. And thank you to you for hosting this and for being part of the community as well. And that sort of goes for each person.
No, the pleasure is all mine, and I'm sure I speak for BTM and KT as well. It is generally such an honour to have you up here today and all of the Turbo community. We wish you nothing but success in all of your endeavours and, just everything you got moving forward. So, thanks so much for coming on.
Cool. Drop me down and I'll keep listening. Sounds good.
100%. Sounds good, legend. Shout out to RHETT, absolute legend.
If you haven't watched the Spaces, I highly recommend you watch it all, as we had such amazing guests on. And it was just a great day. Shout outs to BTM and KT. Absolutely love sharing the stage with you. I've now shared the stage with both of you at least twice. So shout out to both of you. Absolute great guys. If you're not following them, I would give them both a follow. They've both got YouTube channels. Shout out to UKT. I think he might have had a previous YouTube channel before because he has some subscribers, but he is a absolute Turbo bull. So if you're bullish on Turbo, give him a follow at King Term. Also follow him on Twitter, just a generally good guy. He's released his first video on Turbo 8 hours ago. So give him a follow, show him some love, especially if you're bullish Turbo. He's going to be making some cool Turbo content. So and if you want a little bit of a taste about what kind of stuff he talks about, I'll play a little bit from the clip.
Oh man, I am super, super bullish on the Toad, as everybody knows. I think, from the very beginning, just having, that truly community driven. A lot of tokens say that they're community driven, but in reality, they're not. So, what really began as that $69 project, look how far we've came. Our all-time high was just under $1 billion. Like, that is absolutely amazing. And again, I always have to mention, we have the first AI meme coin blockchain ever, guys. This is absolutely elite. It doesn't get any better than being the first of its kind. It's not just another token. It's really a movement.
So I'm going to wrap it up today with just saying there's so much to be bullish on when it comes to Turbo. First AI meme coin blockchain. Crazy. First mover advantage. Have an absolutely awesome creator in RHETT who's just a generally great guy. Also, looking at the charts, absolutely beautiful. So had a big pullback, as we all know, pullback around 90%. But this is crypto. 90% does not mean something is dead by any means. We are now looking like we're going to start cooking again pretty hard. Reclaimed a super key level here at 280 million. And yeah, we're pushing up towards that $400 million mark. There is a lot to love about the Toad. Once again, massive shout outs to RHETT for coming on. Love talking to you, mate. Massive shout outs to BTM and KT, absolute legends. Give them both a follow. So yeah, if you're bullish on Turbo, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. As always, it really helps out the channel and helps get more Turbo content out there to the masses. Cheers, legends. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next one.